Hey everyone, Sheree here. Today I'm going to create a layout with this sketch, which is by the lovely Jana on our creative team. So I'm thinking with this sketch, I absolutely love the little hearts and the bow on this one, but I'm going to actually turn this one around and use it like that. So I'm thinking I'll use a white background, but down this side strip here I'm thinking I'm going to use this piece, which is the part of the packaging that comes in the paper pack. So this is from the Bailey paper pack. I think I'll just trim that off and I'm going to use that down the side of this page. So I really love that it's got a little bit of each of the papers that are included in the kit there. I may leave this scallop strip here, I'm not sure. I may change it to one of the solid pieces from the solid colour papers in the kit. We'll see how that goes. But I do have my photo printed. I'm going to use this absolutely gorgeous black and white striped bow that came in the kit. So I'm thinking that'll go on the side of the photo, just like in the sketch. My journaling will go up here. I'm thinking instead of having hearts along the top, I'm going to move them down closer to the photo. And for the title, I'm going to turn that title on its side to go across the middle here. And because this is a birthday themed page, I've got the Jenny puffy stickers here that has the word celebrate. So I'm thinking I'll use that and perhaps the U from the Bailey chipboard shapes here. So I do have other bits and pieces here ready to go. I've got the little mustard yellow mini wide paper clips. I've got some other die cuts here. I might even cut some little tag tops from the Sheree tag builder metal dies. So I might cut a couple of those to tuck in under the side of the photo. Anyway, that's what I'm planning. So we'll see how it all comes together. I'll pop you on fast forward and show you how I'm going to do that. Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to just trim that piece down from the paper pack packaging. So I've decided I'm going to use a solid coloured scalloped piece. So I've just cut that other scalloped piece off. So there you can see that pink one there that I've just tucked underneath the edge of that long strip. So just sticking that one down into place now, and then I can tuck that scalloped piece in underneath that left edge. Alright, so that is in place. So now I'm going to grab my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch down the edge of that scallop strip, and I've also stitched along the line in between each pattern as well, just to add lots of texture there. So now I've got my photo and I'm going to mat that in 3 pieces of the pattern papers from the Bailey kit, just stapling those together so they don't move around. I just wanted a bit of each colour peeking out from behind this photo. So sticking that one down. I can put that onto the page as well, and then again I'll add some stitching to that. Okay, so next up I've got my title here and I am going to write Celebrate You, so just grabbing those little pieces out. Okay, so I'm just working out placement here about roughly where I want to stick these on, and I've also got that little row of hearts that I want to tuck in, just slightly tucked in under that celebrate word. So I'm just going to stick that one on. I haven't stuck down the celebrate word yet because I'm now going to add a row of stitching along those hearts, and if I'd stuck that celebrate word down it would have interfered with the sewing machine because it's so puffy. Alright, so that's done. I can go ahead and stick my title onto the page now. So there's that celebrate words on, and now I've just got these 3 little chipboard letters. Okay, so that one's on, just the Y to go. Alright. Okay, so next up, I'm just deciding what to do next. And I want to tuck some little bits and pieces in at the side of the photo, and I did have this Madison word already stamped out from my previous project, and that was from the Madison stamp set, which is very handy since my daughter's name is Madison. So I've got that little piece and I've just tucked it in under the left hand side of the photo, and I've also got that pink label that I'm going to tuck in as well. If you do look at the sketch, there's a couple of little tags and things peeking out from underneath the photo, so that's why I'm adding these bits in. I've already cut that little tag top using the Sheree tag builder metal dies, and the paper I've used from that is 6x6 paper from the Megan kit. The Megan collection, you could get the 6x6 papers separately. So I wanted a brighter yellow because there is that bright yellow heart in that row of hearts, and the paper in the Bailey kit is a little bit more muted, so I just wanted another touch of that bright yellow. So I've got that gorgeous bow that I'm sticking onto the page now. I'm using a glue dot behind that, and you will see as this video goes on it does dislodge a bit, so I do end up adding some double-sided tape just down the lengths of the tails on that bow, and that's really helping to keep it in place now. Alright, so next up I've got a little bit more stamping. I wanted to put the journaling up in that top left hand corner, and I've decided to stamp up that date and details stamp to add at the very top before I add the journaling on. So I'm going to stamp that onto some plain white cardstock just in black ink, so that stamps up really nicely. And then also in the Bailey stamp set there's there's a couple of little square pieces. One has got a grid and one's got dots, and that fits perfectly inside that square on the left side of that stamp. So I'm using a yellow Altenew ink there. I wanted another nice bright yellow to tie in, so it's like creating a visual triangle on the page. So I've got that yellow in the square. I've just stamped the date using my Felicity Jane roller date stamp. And now I'm going to add that into the top left of the page. So that's on there now. So you can see there how it's just bringing a little touch of colour to that top left corner. I've also got this puffy sticker, which is from the same pack I got that Celebrate word from, so the Jenny puffy titles. I just needed that bit of black up there as well, with the big bow down on the opposite side there. So my journaling strips are stuck on, and I've also stitched across those. So, well, I'm about to stitch across those. So there's lots of stitching now in that top left corner to match the rest of the page. Alright, so I'm just working out what else I can add, and I've got these little heart beads from the Bailey kit, so I've decided to add one to the left of that little Madison stamped piece. And I'm also going to use a little mini wide paper clip. I'm just deciding which colour. I thought about using the black one, but then I've gone with the mustard yellow colour. So I'm just tucking that little paper clip on there, and then I'm going to add that little heart bead on as well. Now to adhere the heart bead, I didn't have my liquid glue on hand, but I did have some small glue dots, so I'm going to stick it on using a couple of those. Alright, so that is now in place. I've got that little piece of twine coming off that tag. I'm just stapling that into place with my tiny attacher. And to finish off, I'm going to add another stamp underneath. This one says A Day to Remember, and that's from the Megan stamp set. So I'm just inking that one up. I'm going to go straight onto the page with this one. So really hoping I didn't get ink on my photo, and it seemed to work out okay. So that's on the page. And down the bottom, I'm going to stick in another little die cut piece. This one is the XO piece. So I'm just popped a foam dot behind that one for a little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to tuck in another one of these little epoxy hearts. I'm just deciding which color. I've gone with the pink. And now this page is complete. So here's a closer look at all the little details on this page. I've had so much fun working with this sketch. If you'd like to see what the other ladies have come up with, you can go and check them out in the blog post in the Felicity Jane blog. There's lots of inspiration for you to see there. So I'll pop a link down below to that. So thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed seeing how this one's come together, and I'll see you again soon with another project to share. Bye for now and have a great day.